I never thought a single phone call could turn my life upside down. Yesterday, I was scrolling through emails in my small Chicago apartment. When my phone rang, the number unfamiliar, curiosity made me answer, "Hello." The voice was strange, familiar, but impossibly distant. "Hey, it's me, Jason," he said, "my best friend from high school, last spoken to in 1998. My stomach sank, disbelief tangled with unease. "Jason? Is this some kind of joke?" He laughed nervously. "No, it's not a joke. I need you to remember. The summer at Lake Pine Hollow, everything we did, it matters. You have to follow my instructions." Before I could respond, the line went dead, leaving me staring at the screen. A cold dread settling in my chest. I tried calling back. Number disconnected. I felt the knot of memory tighten. The cabin, the lake, the endless summer day, and a compulsion took over me. I had to go. I had to see it again. The drive out of Chicago felt wrong. Streets familiar yet unfamiliar. Neon lights flickered in the drizzle. GPS recalculated endlessly, directing me to roads that seemed like echoes, old exits that no longer existed. The city fading behind me as I drove into suburbs and then fields. My pulse raced with each mile. Hours later, a weathered sign, Pine Hollow Camp, EST 1985. I blinked. The letters shimmered, my heart thumping. The cabin appeared as it had 20 years ago, unchanged, silent. Windows dark, shadows moving where none should be, the air heavy, almost electric inside. The floorboards creaked, dust hung in the sunlight filtering through cracked blinds. On the table lay a notebook, Jason's handwriting on the cover. "Don't forget," I opened it. And my own handwriting stared back, describing events I could not recall, memories that did not belong to the present. A sudden ringing made me jump. The phone in the cabin displayed 1998. Hands trembling, I answered. "Jason." Whispered urgently. "We're stuck in yesterday. Every action repeats. You have to follow the day exactly. Only then can you survive." I shivered. Disbelief battling panic, reality folding in on itself. I stepped outside. Streets of Pine Hollow eerily familiar. Faces flickered like ghosts. Neighbors I once knew didn't recognize me. Each turn led me back to the cabin, each step repeating. I felt time itself bending, the world simultaneously alive and dead. At the lake, the water glassy, a mirror reflecting other versions of me. Trapped, endless, screaming silently, each echoing my fear. I tried shouting, but my voice dissolved into the air, and the phone rang again. Jason's instructions cryptic, yet precise, guiding me through events I could not remember performing. Each encounter felt off, small discrepancies stacking. The sun rose and fell too quickly, clock spinning, reflections moving independently, birds repeating the same flight patterns. The world mocking my senses, I began to understand the terrifying reality. Yesterday never ended, and I was trapped. Desperate, I tried interacting with locals, asking about long-forgotten events, but no one recognized the stories. The town acted like it had no memory. Streets shifted when I wasn't looking, shops rearranged. Advertisements from 1998 flickered on digital billboards. I found old friends. They aged normally, yet they didn't exist in this loop. The world had separated reality into layers. I was walking between shadows of what once was and what still repeated. The air thickened with tension, a sense of inevitability. And each night I returned to the lake, watching reflections multiply, each iteration staring back, pleading silently. The notebook grew larger each day. Pages I hadn't seen appeared. Warnings I didn't write. "Do not break the cycle. Remember, yesterday is fragile." cryptic diagrams showing streets, houses, clocks. I followed them reluctantly, each instruction precise. Time distorted further. The sun reversed in its path. Shadows moved before their objects. I started hearing whispers, fragments of conversation from versions of myself trapped in loops, the air vibrating with tension, every decision repeated. Minor errors amplified consequences. I began to fear my sanity as much as the loop itself. One evening, a figure emerged across the lake, hazy, indistinct, familiar. It raised a hand as though calling me. I wanted to run. But I knew from Jason's voice I had to approach. The figure's features shifted, sometimes young, sometimes old, sometimes my own, an impossible reflection of time itself. The loop grew relentless, every action mirrored, every choice predetermined. The lake reflected my countless selves, trapped in echoes of the same day, the town's streets folding into themselves. I could not tell forward from backward, sunrise from sunset. Jason's voice came again over the phone, quieter now, almost a whisper. Some things are meant to repeat. You may never leave. Just survive. Remember the details correctly. I realized survival was merely participation in the loop, not escape. I returned to the cabin one final time, notebook in hand, water lapping at my feet, reflections rippling endlessly, and I understood. Yesterday was eternal. We were all trapped in its folds, the day repeating with no hope, only uncertainty, and somewhere. Jason was still calling, still waiting. I woke again in my apartment, morning sun streaming, phone ringing, 1998, the loop unbroken. I knew with chilling clarity I was part of something unfinished, inexplicable, unstoppable, and the real. Horror wasn't the cabin, the lake, or the town. It was the endless, unyielding repetition of yesterday. Time had no mercy. Yesterday was eternal. I was trapped, and even writing these words, I feel the loop tightening, streets familiar yet ever-changing, reflections multiplying, whispers calling, and Jason, he's still out there somewhere, calling from 1998 yesterday.